Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Steppin in the Loft with the big Steppas. We're here with Jada Bull, my man Dove.
I'm sorry, my bad, y'all. What up? It's me, Dove.
We're here with my man Dove, and we're here with Tone DeShields
II.
Tone DeShields II.
Yep,
man.
Tone DeShields II. Man, you all good, bro. I know my last name is a little, you know what I mean? It's a little long, but you know what I mean?
But it's definitely unique, and I'm messing with it.
You know how Jay do. It's all love, though. It's all love.
We're here with Tone DeShields II, man. He's the host of Let's Be On It podcast.
Yes, sir.
If you follow him, you know that my partner here was just on his platform talking a little bit about our start and what was going on with that. And we're just here to bring it all together now, talk that up a little bit more and have some good conversations.
Definitely.
Yeah, but first of all, I messed it up.
It's all good, bro. It's all
I
good.
messed it up. I tried to get it right.
This is our first time meeting, so listen, at my job, people always say Tone DeShields,
right.
Mr. Shields,
Right.
Mr. DeShields.
Tone
It's all
DeShields
good, bro.
II, man.
I'm used to it.
What's
It's all
going
love,
on,
bro.
man? So he said his name was, you said Big Tone at first.
Yeah, I used to
but
go by Big Bro Tone. Yeah.
Yes, but you switched it up with something a little more unique. And what's that about?
Right. So, like I said, I used to go by Big Bro Tone because, a lot of people just considered me to be kind of be that big brother figure a little bit. So I kind of felt like it was like a natural fit, which it was. But I kind of took a little hiatus from creating, and then I felt like I needed a little bit of a rebrand.
Right.
I felt
like that 2 Chainz moment.
a little bit, a little bit. Yeah, I had that titty boy moment. And
Okay.
it just felt like Tone DeShields was a little bit more universal.
Right.
I felt like I would be able to really, really leverage that.
Right.
More so than Big Bro Tone.
So when you were going by Big Bro Tone, like what was what type of influence were you going through at that time, like as far as media and stuff?
It's funny because I was watching a lot of interviews, on YouTube, because I started out watching I started out watching a lot of Breakfast Club interviews. You know what I'm saying? A lot of Big Boy in the Morning. What else was I watching? I was just watching a lot of radio interviews.
So
YouTube.
Was you more into like the music aspect, or you like the journalism? Like what?
It's funny you say that because the music, I was more so leaning towards the music side of it.
Okay.
Trying to make it in like music media, and then it got to a point where I felt as if I couldn't enjoy the music anymore because I was forced to approach it in a way that felt more like a job. And I like all kinds of music. I don't want to talk about hip hop all day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about rap and it's not all the time.
I do though.
All the time. Like I love I love it. Don't get it twisted. Like
I
love rap,
yeah.
but I also love R&B.
Right.
I also love soul and funk. You know what I'm saying? I might be in my Locks bag, my Dipset bag.
Right.
Then I might go to my Hove bag. The next thing you know, I might be in my Curtis Mayfield bag, my Rick James bag. You know what I'm saying? My Tina Marie bag. So it's my Linkin Park bag.
I get in my Linkin Park bag.
So it's like when it came to the music, I felt like I couldn't really tap into all the different levels of music, all the different genres of music that I really wanted to, just because I enjoy listening to music.
Right.
But it became a job, and that's when I felt like, you know what, let me just try to expand my brand instead of focusing more on music, more so focusing on culture, relationships, people,
right.
Motivation, inspiration, something that's a little bit more natural to me.
So when you came back with your new persona, what did you decide? Like how was you reinventing yourself as far as your work?
So reinvent myself as far as my work. But I wanted the name to kind of represent, legacy a little bit.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted my last name to, carry weight. So I felt like it was important. It was imperative that I incorporate that in how people identify me.
Okay.
My real name is Antonio DeShields II.
Okay.
So what I did was I thought about history. I thought about kings, queens, in medieval times and conquerors and things like that. It was always
I put some respect on my name.
Yeah, it was always Louis the 13th,
right, exactly.
Or like King Henry the second of whatever it may be, right? So to me, I wanted my name to represent a little bit more regal. Okay. So I kind of just altered my name a little bit, shortened it, Tone DeShields II. I'm still technically the second because I'm a junior. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm a third.
A word, solid, bro.
Yeah. Are you continuing?
I think most likely I will, just because I'm doing this media thing. And,
right.
You know, I'm right now. I think legacy is so important.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but me transitioning my name kind of made me take my work a little bit more seriously.
Okay. Got any questions for you?
I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah, he's covering it. So, Let's Be Honest podcast. Why that name? What are we going for as far as that platform?
Well, the Let's Be Honest podcast, got to let y'all see it real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Got to get some shirts. That's inspiration right there.
Sir, these shirts will be on sale very soon. We'll be on sale very soon. But the Let's Be Honest podcast, you know, Let's Be Honest with Antonio DeShields, that's something that I feel like it's important for all of us to just live in our truth.
Okay.
Be ourselves, be comfortable being ourselves, be comfortable being in our skin.
Right.
Find out what moves us, find out what's true to us, what inspires us, what motivates us. And I always try to live by that. And I'm always inspired by people that's doing things on the highest level. I'm always inspired by people that's living in their truth in the best way they know how, right?
Right.
It's nothing more than I really can't stand is somebody that's trying to be something they're not, and just not living in their purpose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry.
No,
I don't mean to cut you off, but how old are you?
I'm 26 going on 27.
26. And you speak with a lot of wisdom. What kind of influence had on you to talk like, because at 26, there's a lot of people still trying to figure themselves out.
Right.
And for you to already come with like such like the ability to speak like that, like how did you already come to that? Like, do you have any influences that helped you?
Yeah, most definitely. I would have to say my father, my mother. It's so funny. My mom used to always say, "Boy, you're so smart, you're dumb." Like, because like, you know, I was always such a. I don't want to give to my own horn or give myself too much credit, but I was always such a wordsmith as a kid. Like I just always was willing to challenge thought. Right. I was always willing to have those conversations. I just always wanted to have adult conversations growing up.
Right, exactly.
And but yeah, my mother, my father. I was always surrounded by just thorough OGs, like just thorough old heads that always gave me the game.
Speak the game.
Yeah,
right.
my Uncle
Passed
Steve.
It on.
You know, shout out to my Uncle Stevie, my Uncle Bonky. Shout out to my Uncle Mark. Shout out to my Uncle Brooksy. You know what I'm saying? If I'm forgetting your name, please forgive me.
A lot of inspiration. That's good that you had so many.
I value my elders tremendously.
Exactly.
As you should, bro. I do too.
And I think that's I see that's something that we all have in common. And that's what's up. That you know we had such people in our lives to kind of stare us and challenge and willing to. Because the thing about there's kids out there who want to have those conversations, but don't have people around them to have those conversations with. So true. Like their ability to grow and growth,
stunning, man.
Yeah, exactly. So you know, I think that's a blessing. Like to have that in your life. You know, to have people in your life that's willing to indulge in your creativity and all
I
things
definitely
like
don't take it for granted, man. It could be very different. I'll tell you that right now. My life, my upbringing, everything.
Where you from?
Could be very different. North Philly, North Philly, 23rd and Diamond by way of 33rd and York.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
North Philly. Matter of fact, you know what 23rd and Diamond is? You know where Strawberry Mansion at?
Yeah. Okay.
Not too far from there.
Right. Did you go there?
No, I actually didn't go to Strawberry Mansion. My mom made sure of that. Right. She made sure I didn't go there.
See, and that's always like those are the common threads. Like,
but I did go to Leslie Pickney Hill. Shout out to Hill School, which is connected to Strawberry Mansion, right there. Okay. So I did go there for a year. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's always like a big thing too. Is like kids who education also didn't get lost in the public schools. Just like so bad. Like I had a different type. Like either went to like a different type of high school or a different type of middle school, something to ground them a little bit more because it's kind of hard to get inspired in public school. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right about that, especially when you come from where we come from.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's not much to really inspire you, but, you know, the neighborhood drug dealer or
sports players
or the athlete or the rapper, you know what I'm saying? That's really, it's funny because I remember somebody saying a while ago, I can't remember who it was, but they said, if you think about now, today, all our leaders, all the people that inspire us, so-called, are especially for black people in particular, are musicians, athletes. You know what I'm saying? But
Facts.
But if you think about the 60s and the 50s and 70s, all our leaders were activists. All our leaders were intellectuals, and
they also were killed.
And they also were killed. So you think about it like that, it's like they pretty much stripped us of our knowledge base. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
I was gonna say we getting a little bit back to that, as far as some of the dudes that we have leading out here,
sure.
trying to make a difference. Even some of the athletes, man, they doing the best of their ability because it's not like they went.
That's actually what I was about to lead. I was about to say it's not good thing. It's not all bad.
Yeah,
like
not all bad,
as
right.
far as
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do y'all think it's an athlete or a musician? Do you think it's a celebrity's responsibility to leverage their platform to speak against injustices? Like, do you think it's their responsibility? Do you think it's something they have to do?
I didn't always,
You wanna
but
answer that first?
I didn't always think like that. But these last couple years, when you see some of them be able to do it, you know what I'm saying? Even with the Kaepernick thing, you know what I'm saying? When you see something like that and you see how everybody either gravitated towards them on a positive or a negative, you know what I'm saying? It might be 50-50. But at the same time, the attention that an athlete can get when they try to press the issue of everything that's going on in the neighborhood and stuff like that, it's like, yo, man, if you about it, if you care, you should be doing it. You know what I'm saying? So I think it is their responsibility. It might not have been their responsibility back then, but today's day and seeing how it has transpired and how so many people are able to get their voice out there, I think they should put it on the contract at this point. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a responsibility because you're making all this money. We buying your sneakers, our kids. We buying their sneakers for the kids. We buying their sneakers. We still buying Jordans, Nike, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And their way of giving back is just to play sports. It should be more than that. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't always think like that, but these last couple of years, the more and more I see, and I'm seeing dudes really be able to, make a difference with their voice and doing different things. I think it should be a responsibility for them.
I feel like I have two different answers for the two different professions because coming up in sports, I feel like the role of being a role model is implied.
Okay.
You really can't be a part of that system without that type of attention, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
we expect a certain model from sports athletes.
Right.
So with that being said, I think it's a different standard to be held. And also, it's also a matter of pick your battles with athletes. I mean, if you're that type of athlete who's an activist, then play you could play that lane. But if you're somebody who's just like, I don't want you also gravitating or trying to gravitate towards things that not naturally you're about, because then you could get that he's fake this, he's phony this,
Right.
like we don't want nobody faking it either, you know. So be genuine. Be kind, like, you know what I'm saying? Do what you can.
Right,
but
levels.
as far now, the rapper situation is a little more complicated because as rappers, I think a lot of time we put too much pressure on these guys to all of a sudden become something they never was or didn't make them famous in the first place.
Okay.
I started to realize that like with certain rappers, and we're going to get into one that's in the news a lot right now, the baby.
Right.
But just talking genuinely right now, I feel like we're rappers. What do we expect from a Kodak Black? I said this on a
Right.
he's a bunkin from he's a jet from Florida and what made him famous was that itself. So it's because there's more microphones in front of his mouth, we expect him to no longer be ignorant.
Right.
Like he's an ignorant guy, and maybe it's
that.
his responsibility to come out of that because he is in a different space. But I think we have to give him that time. We can't expect him to switch overnight and become a person he's not. But if you're someone who profit off that type of talk, like that type of activism, but you're not out there converging, like actually putting the work in, see, that's different because you're profiting off it, but you're not really putting your money where your mouth is.
Right.
Got it.
And then there's other rappers who do a very good job of just staying away from it all, so we don't expect anything. Like one person who never gets touched is Drake. as far as being. Drake has not said anything about, and like he says little anklets, like he might have said something about BLM, but he didn't get slander like J. Cole did and Kendrick, because those guys put it out there that those type of guys, and Drake stays far. He's universal. He stays far away from.
He's very good at it.
He's very good at that,
and that's not by accident.
That's not by accident. It's very calculated. I think him. Like I would have said LeBron's good at it, but he's very active. He's active, but I mean he's good at controlling his, like he's good at networking what's being said about him.
Right, I agree with you. I think
so Drake is good at controlling what's
right.
being said about him by knowing what to stay away from, what to speak on, and so on.
Yeah.
But sometimes these rappers are being like, if you're Jay-Z,
right,
and you're supposed to be this guy who spits game, people are going to look at you. Where was you at when this happened? Where was you at when that happened? So it's really like a different role situation.
No, I feel you. It's like for me, I always look at it like, are you like you said? Are you being genuine? Are you being true to you?
Right.
And I don't think it's imperative that they all speak and use their voice, but I think it's imperative that they all use their resources.
Oh yeah,
because
I could definitely understand
because not everybody's fit to lead, in my opinion. Not everybody's fit to lead a Million Man March. Not everybody's fit to give those those Black Power speeches. Not every rapper, not every athlete. That really might not be who they are.
Exactly.
They might just be a ball player like KD. He just played ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And if KD wanted to speak up on something unjust,
right.
he shouldn't feel like an idiot and just shut up and dribble,
right? No,
or anything like. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like about, like you're saying, play your role. That's what I'm saying. Play your role and speak on what you know.
Exactly. Speak on what you know. Leverage your resources and surround yourself with people that know more than you.
Right.
That's the
key right there.
That's the really important thing, because let's say I'm not an outspoken person at all, but I care about these things internally and I care about my people really, and I don't like what I'm seeing. But I'm not this outgoing, outspoken person. So you know what I do? I align myself with somebody who is that kind of guy. And I do everything I can to make sure they got all the resources they need to get things done, get jobs done. I don't need to have my name attached to it. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, people know the real. People know who moving and shaking out here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, for me, it's really forget your voice. Forget your voice, because your voice to me, I like when you rap. So you know what I'm saying? But just leverage your resources and know when to talk, know when not to talk, and really just surround yourself with people that know more than you, people that care about the things you care about, but maybe they deliver the message better. You know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people try to get a lot of football players to be Kaepernick, but a lot of them don't think like that. A lot of them don't move like that. A lot of them wasn't raised like that.
I mean, I did expect a little more unity behind it.
I did expect more, but at the same time, thinking about the way the NFL is set up, they set it up where as though it's hard for somebody to go out on a limb for the next man.
Exactly. So, you seem like you real passionate about the role model thing because of what's going on with, like you said, with our people.
Yeah,
so
I try to lead by example. I ain't perfect. I try.
Right, exactly.
But you know what I'm saying?
Is that something?
The key.
We all got our vices.
Right, but I'm just saying, as far as like what's going on in the street, because I was thinking about this platform being more open to speak about it, because it is sad what's going on. How much of what you think we can do or have you could do as far as like what's going on out there? Or do you think it's anything we can do?
Do you think like, are you talking about like guys in our age group or with these type of platforms?
Yeah, just like bringing a light on the devastation. Like I was thinking about doing that with us, like just speaking a little bit more on like a change. Because like we are now officially worse than Chicago. Like that's not even exaggerating. That's
a
life.
hurt piece.
But then it's like I know it's in the air. It's like, well, we'll like you can't. How much can you speak on stuff you don't know? But how much? But how far do it go? Like until it'll affect you, because the other people are getting affected or have nothing to do with it. So how do you feel about what's going on in Philadelphia streets right now, basically?
If I'm being honest with you, it's sad, but at the same time, unfortunately, I'm really not surprised, because it seemed as though we were trending this way regardless.
I agree. Yeah.
But to your point about what can we possibly do with our platforms, with our resources, like we said before, I think it's important to know who you're talking to, and if you're not the right person to deliver that message to them, find the right person that is. Because I'll be honest with you, I was raised in North Philly in the projects, Raymond Rosen projects. I was raised in there. You know what I'm saying? But that's not who I am.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? I was raised around the dope boys. I was raised around the fiends. I was raised around, the people that was, doing nonsense in the hood. But that's not my story.
And they're probably
I don't
even
relate.
some of them are homies, some of them are family.
I got street niggas that's homies, but this wasn't my story. So how can I ever tell a young man that's in the streets doing his thing, moving and shaking, to not do that if my path was a little different? I went to college, you know what I'm saying? So he looking at me like, bro, you a college boy, you don't know my lane, like this ain't you. I come from here, but I'm not of here. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So I think it's important that if I'm not the right person to get that message, I'm a position somebody that I know who've been through it from where I'm from, but been through it way worse than me.
Right.
And I'm gonna make sure. The key is with these young kids, you gotta put the medicine in the candy. You gotta show them somebody that they can respect, that they can align themselves with. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be this Poindexter going in the hood saying, "Don't stop shooting, stop doing this." They gonna look at you like, bro, if you don't go ahead with your Oxfords and your Taylor suit, bro, and get out of here, like you're not from here no more. Like, and I'm always gonna be where I'm from.
So I guess in full circle come is that where the music, like, cause that, like the role models,
perfect example.
Are those the role models that?
Perfect example, G Herbo. Perfect example. If you really think about G Herbo's story, he one of my favorite rappers right now. Has been for a while. But if you think about G Herbo's story, right, and you think about the way he delivers his music, especially on his most recent projects, Humble Beast and PTSD and 2-5, he doesn't just give you the luxury and the gun toting, and he doesn't just give you one side of the coin, basically.
Right.
He gives you the other side as well that come with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of these, shout out to my barber Ant too. I forgot to shout him out as well. Give me a lot of game. My man did 7 years.
Barbers the ones, man.
You know what I'm saying? And
Barbers the ones.
he told me, like, he told me straight up. He said when I was ripping around and doing my thing, man, yeah, I see the guys that's, with the cars and with the chicks and the money, and they able to go in the corner store and get whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? Like shit like that. Yeah. But he said what they didn't tell me was on the other side, after I get booked, the lawyer fees, dealing with the PO, and trying to get back on your feet, and they didn't tell you about none of that stuff that come with it after the fact. So I think it's important to just give both sides of the coin. I think
what's crazy? That's the scary part. Because how old is your barber? Probably, man.
My barber, most likely, I'm 27, 26 going 27. He been cutting my hair since I was like 13. So he gotta be damn near 40. Right.
So I can understand him saying he don't know that. They didn't know that back then. These young boys know that, and they don't care, bro. Like the story is out. The story is out there.
Do they know it?
It's almost like it's a glory in it. It's a glory in. I mean, maybe they don't know the full extent. Of course, you don't. Like, I'm not saying once they go through it, it's not hard for them. It definitely is.
They think
but
they
still
beat it.
Jump off the porch anyway
because they think they can beat it. Everybody that approached because life ain't nothing new under the sun, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people think they can beat the system, quote unquote, or they can be the one. They can be the hood legend that finally turned the tide and did it right,
or get rich or become Lil Durk before the gunshots.
It's not easy. It's not easy to leverage that kind of respect that you have. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to leverage street credibility. It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? Some people make it out, and kudos to them. God bless them. But it's not the easy. It's not the most linear path to success. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, it's. I understand what you're saying. Though. It's like, yeah, they know. Yeah, of course they know. They watch TV. They ain't stupid. But at the same time, they got social media. They ain't done. But at the same time, it's like, what can you tell? What can you tell a young brother or a young sister that's grew up in the projects, dad book, mom struggling to make ends meet, then next thing you know, maybe mom gets strung out. You never know. Then they got to live with grandma. Me and Dell was talking about this not too long ago. It's like how can you tell them or show them a different life? How can you convince them that they don't have to go this route if nothing's coming in the right way? If everything they trying to do everything right,
right,
and it seems like nothing working for them.
It definitely is a hard puzzle.
It's hard. So I'm a firm believer that poverty breeds crime.
It definitely does.
You fix poverty, you fix crime.
Yeah. All right, so we spoke on him a little bit about the baby about role models. And,
right, being a role model, right.
I don't think he's trying to be too much one of late, but it shouldn't be his. It should like we were saying. It shouldn't be up to them. I don't think it's up to any rapper to raise anybody kids.
Charles Barkley said it best. I'm not a role model.
Right.
Like he said, I'm not your. Don't look
first,
at me like that.
But I mean, we also did speak on responsibility and using your resources.
Right.
And before this happened, he was in the news the other week. We spoke on the last podcast about a situation a run-in he had in with two boys on the street who were selling candy. Did you hear about that?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
What did you just real quick? We already talked about it, but just real quick, what is your opinion on that situation?
If I'm being real honest with y'all, they played themselves.
They played themselves.
I'm gonna be honest with you because I seen a baby do the same thing. And he showed love to the kid. I seen him do it multiple times. He's done that multiple times. So bought the whole box and get him more money on top of that. I've seen it. I've seen it. Right. These kids, he was trying to show love again. Young boy. Now look, they kids, right? They kids. They probably struggling at home.
That's my biggest thing.
They probably was just trying to look. This is our one shot. Let's just get him for what we can.
Yeah, that's my thing.
But and also I think they were shell shocked too.
Yeah. That's my thing. So you're saying all the things are my thing. I would just say these kids, I think they were just struggling to comprehend what was going on.
One of the young boys didn't talk. One of the young boys
get to say anything.
One young boy was just like, the whole time he was mesmerized.
Right.
But I put more pressure on that. He clearly was older, the one that was talking.
Yeah.
I put more pressure on him.
Yeah,
because
he dropped out.
Because you peeped, the baby gave him a couple outs.
He
gave him
out.
Out. He said, well, how much is again? You know what I'm saying? Like he could have said anything. He could have said, "Look, you know, I'm just trying to get the most I can for these things. We struggling right now." But again, they were shell-shocked. They kids. They're not thinking all that type of time. They just thinking it's a rapper right here. Let me get them. And come on, let's be real, youngin. Like a box of Gushers, $200.
I don't even know how they got the $60. There's no way that box is even $60.
You know what I'm saying?
That's still a mystery.
And he's still
candy. But I think he said it because they were selling them $1 a piece, or maybe they were $2 a piece, something like that.
He caught them in their line a couple times, but he still bought.
My biggest thing, I agree with all that, man. I just think it's like when we're kids, I think kids should be dealt with as kids because we always talk about how these kids are growing up too fast.
I think he taught him a lesson.
Yeah, he taught him a lesson, but I feel like he could have taught him a lesson without degrading them too hard by like, oh, I'm only buying one piece of candy. Like he could have gave them $60 for the box. They'd be like, oh, I would have gave you $1,000 if you guys did try to.
He did say he said exactly what you said.
He paid exactly. It was just something. It was something distasteful.
You know what I'm saying?
It was something distasteful about only spending $4.
Why? Because he rich?
Because he's rich as hell. Yes, it was something definitely distasteful about a rich as hell nigga with a stack of money in his hands. Being so petty over two kids, bro. It's like at the end of the day, what are we really trying to teach them?
Honesty.
Because honestly, but
I respect that.
But honestly, as people, do we expect that the kids really see that way? Because can we teach honesty with kindness? Like why gotta be with such harsh. They're not grown. If they're grown men, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't care if he didn't give them shit. But because they're kids, shouldn't we because we constantly talk about the problem with kids, right?
Right.
So isn't the harsh reality, the harshness that we treat kids sometimes so quickly part of the problem? Because a lot of times we treat kids like this and then we wonder why they're so fucking savage. It's because we've been treating them like they were criminals since they were 12. Like, so I felt like at the end of the day, like a lot of time, like we could teach kids lessons at the end of the day, but without treating them in such disregards and
like humiliating.
I feel like it was a humiliating moment for them, and I feel like as kids maybe they didn't deserve that because if you go back to a kid, how many things you did worse than that, and I feel like them out there selling candy and trying to scam the baby for that day. If that's the worst thing they could have been doing, bro, then
if they're scamming him, they're scamming somebody else.
No, definitely. But I don't even really see it as a scam though, because I just use the word they knew nobody else. Here's the thing: they would have never told anybody else $200.
Right.
It's not like they're out there trying to get somebody. Like, we're gonna get somebody to buy this damn box for $200. They saw a rapper with a stack of money in his hand, and he probably spitballed a number, like you said, he a kid. So he's shell-shocked. He spitballed a number that he think he could get from the baby, not what he could actually get from anybody who was selling that box to. So I understand that. And maybe they are little crooks. I don't know, but I'm just saying,
I'm not
if I'm the baby, I could teach a better lesson to 2 kids than throwing $4 at them.
He handed it to him.
I know you
no,
did.
No, I know what you're saying. I understand what you're trying to say.
I'm just saying, like, it was just a little too harsh for somebody of so much money. And it's like, and here's my biggest thing, too. I feel like this is probably the reason why I really do feel a separate way about this.
Okay.
I'm tired of rappers acting like they're not in the service of people. At the end of the day, those are 2 possible customers. You are a rapper. That means you need people to buy your CD. And we're going to get into that part, how he's ruining his money right now. This is how far-fetched the baby's attitude is, that he don't understand how much his career literally depends on people's perception. And I think rappers have gotten full of that. It's almost like they don't understand that it's not, the jewelry don't just appear on you. Nigga, people have to listen to you. People have to like you.
Right.
People have to buy your concert tickets. People have to listen to you, download your music, stream your music. And if you're being an asshole to everybody, that will eventually come bite you in the ass. And apparently it is right now, because he decided to, out of nowhere, take a shot at people with HIV and AIDS. Now, I understand this. I'm not saying the baby is homophobic. I'm not one of the people that's trying to...
I don't actually think he's homophobic at all. I just think he got caught up in the moment.
I just think he just gets too wrapped up and caught in the moment of not being a people's person. This is what I'm saying about how these rappers' attitude, their mindset... Like, it's almost, they think they can shit on everybody at the same time want appraisal from everybody. Like, that's not how life works. If you're in the service industry, in any business, you have to be your best person, correct?
I agree.
Why when it becomes to a rapper,
you have to be the best version of yourself.
Exactly.
The best version of yourself.
Exactly. So my point is, if it's not acceptable to talk like that in any other setting, why would it be acceptable to talk like that on a Rolling Loud concert?
Oh, so you asking me?
Yeah, you don't really have to. But if you have an answer for it,
I understand what you're saying. So just that situation in general, it was an unfortunate situation because let me preface it with this: a lot of people die from HIV/AIDS.
Exactly,
a lot of people, not just homosexuals. Not just people that are gay, not just people like it's a lot of people. People that straight as an arrow, they do drugs and they die from it. You know what I'm saying? So it's I feel that it was a bit loose to say that. It was very loose to say that, especially pinpointing the fact that especially pinpointing HIV/AIDS. That was very
specific. What was he talking
that's what I'm saying. Now I don't think he was talking about specific, but I think that was a specific disease to mention because if you peep, T.I. said something. He was on live with goddamn Zoe the other day or yesterday, I think it was. I was watching that John, and T.I. brought up something that was very interesting. If you think about the whole club, DJ, rapper dynamic, there's a lot of call and response. You know what I'm saying? They stop the music, say, "Hey, like all the pretty chicks say all the niggas with money say
right,
and then
I never heard somebody go to a Holly.
If you got a job and you ain't got no STD, say everybody say
so that's a thing.
I've heard that before.
Okay.
I've heard that before. but the thing is though, he specified a specific group of that. See, STD is very generic, so it's like you can get away with that. But he specified HIV/AIDS is the hardest of the hard of all those STDs, and it was kind of like, damn, you jumped out the window, my brother.
He did.
So it was dangerous for him to say that. Now, if I'm being completely honest with you, he gonna be okay. He gonna be all right. But it was volatile to say that. A guessing game of why he said it. Like, what was his point? Like, what gay situation caused for that? I don't know. I really don't think it was
mine. Whatever it was.
Yo, I just want to take a stab at dirty gay niggas who got AIDS and give head in a car. Like it was just a really random thing.
What exactly did he say?
He said, I don't man. It was something along the lines of,
if you ain't got HIV,
and AIDS, put your hands up in the air. If you ain't sucking D in the parking garage, put your hands in the air. And then the DJ was egging it on. The DJ was like being real specific. Yeah, because a lot of y'all sus. And it was just, it was a little bit of an attack. It was a little bit of a homophobic attack.
I understand.
I don't believe, like I said, to me, a homophobic, okay, was a homophobic action? Yes. Do the baby hate gay people or don't like the gay people? I don't know. And I don't think so. You said yes?
No.
Oh.
I mean, well, that's complex.
It's complex.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know.
think-
I don't know.
Why would he have to say it?
Why would he? Exactly.
Which is why I feel like he got. I really feel like he got caught up in the moment, yo. I really believe that.
But what moment? What moment caused this? That's what I'm. That's more so what I'm stuck on. I'm just wondering why the hell now? Was it against was it against Lil Nas X because one of the hottest rappers is a gay dude? Was it Lil Nas X?
Maybe.
That's a good. That's
Boozy
that's
followed
a,
up with his antics.
That's an interesting point.
Because
but
it just was
I just really think he got caught up.
Like, who doesn't call like that? But you say you heard it before. I understand. But we are talking about one of the biggest concerts so far since coronavirus been let out. You know.
Can I ask you a question?
Why use that platform now?
What separates him from? Just out of curiosity, just play devil's advocate because I don't think what he said was right.
Okay.
I really think he shouldn't have said that at all. I think it was actually dangerous for him to say that, not just for his career because that's the lesser problem.
Right.
Just ostracizing people that have gone through something like that. That's very dangerous.
Right.
But my questions to you is, what separates him from a comedian, a stand-up comedian who may joke about HIV/AIDS or?
Unfortunately, a lot of people would say nothing, and people have canceled or tried to cancel.
Because I think, honestly, depending on
the same way.
I really think he's a victim. With that particular statement he said, I really think he's a victim. Victim may be the. I don't want to use victim because people go and look at me crazy. But I'm just gonna say what it is. I really believe that he's a victim of the times.
Okay.
If he would have said that in the 80s and 90s,
well,
if
if you ask a lot of people, the difference between him and a comedian said it wouldn't be the difference because a lot of people are sensitive in general, and that's the part that's
They try to cancel Dave.
Like if you're a comedian, you say something like that, you could still probably get canceled. But what I would differentiate between a comedian saying that at home, usually with a comedian would come with a punchline, a reason. That's why I say, what is the reason?
Good point.
It would come with some type
very good
of
point.
Part of that script.
Yeah, something that I would get from it. I don't know what I was supposed to get from that other than.
I'm a firm believer
That nigga was angry.
If I think about a comedian that may say something a little that's racist or something like that, or a little bit prejudiced. Because I feel like everybody a little prejudiced.
Everybody is a little.
But let's say a comedian says something a little prejudiced, right? It's not disrespectful unless if it's funny. It's only disrespectful if it's not funny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like really think about it. It's only disrespectful when it's not
forgot
funny.
To drop a joke at the end of that, Joe. Because it was just okay. Let's just talk about
poor judgment on his part.
Poor judgment
at the end of the day.
fault
At the end of the day,
on his part, and to go back to what I was saying, this is what the problem I had with the little boy thing. It's like either way, the baby, you have to realize that you have to be at some point a people's person.
Believe it or not, he got more respect. I mean, not respect, but those two are isolated incidents to me.
Okay, so
but I just don't. I actually didn't see people giving him a hard time about that kid situation.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
I was probably I was the only one at the last podcast that actually had a problem with it. Everybody else thought it was perfectly okay.
Right.
So, but I'm just saying, like, that's how I see it the same as far as, like, relations.
Okay.
Like, his relations with people is terrible. Like, we know this already. He punched a girl I was defending him on that because I don't think he knew it was a girl at the time. Like, if you look at the video,
Because he had a video, right?
Yeah, with the chick with the video.
Should he still have punched anybody?
Why would you punch anybody? Dude, you're a rapper, bro. People are going to do stuff like that.
Didn't the phone hit him in his face or something like that?
Something like that. Yeah, it was the Flash.
The Flash. He couldn't see.
Just,
it's dark and it's you walking through the club and all of a sudden a flash in your mid. You like, yo, you.
He vicious bull, man.
He a vicious bull. I think he need to turn it down.
Thinking about how he came into the rap game though. Think about how he came into the rap game though. He came into the rap game letting a lot of motherfuckers know I'm not the one to play with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Think about what's the boy name? Cold Hard Kev. Mm-hmm. They did dirty in the Gucci joint. Did him dirty. And tried him. Think about the boy in Walmart. He got a body.
Baby too.
You know what I'm saying? But that was self-defense.
I could tell he's better than that. I think that's
he's very smart.
He seems very smart.
He's very smart.
I don't hold him to the same standard as Kodak Black. Kodak Black is pretty much
I don't hold rappers. I'm be honest. I don't look to rappers. I don't look to no rapper to lead me. I'm be honest with you. Like, I just don't.
Like, you don't look at them as what?
I don't look at no rapper, no celebrity per se to lead me.
No, definitely not to lead, but I'm just saying be smart enough to say certain stuff out your mouth.
Yeah, just be more sensitive, right?
Here's the problem. Because of who the baby is and the type of career he's built,
right.
He has become very much a public figure, a very popular figure. Mm-hmm. He has a lot of brands that are now pulling out. Mm-hmm. Now, we're going to go into now what people like to call cancel culture. This is what I hate about cancel culture. We had a whole episode on it, but we're probably going to be talking about it for a couple of times. But the reason why I hate cancel culture is because I don't feel like it exists. I think it's a device that we constantly end up talking about more than the situation at hand.
Tory Lanez said it best. It's nothing but a bunch of people just tweeting at the same time.
Even with that being said, it's so, right?
Right.
Is that ultimately what cancel? Like, who said that we're listening to Twitter when it comes to the baby? Like, here's the thing I don't like, right? So right before I came here, I saw that the baby lost one of his endorsements, and somebody in the comments said,
Man, I think, right?
Huh?
He lost that clothing line.
The clothing line, man. And it was something else.
Who
too.
wearing that for real?
Yeah, but it was something else too. And somebody in the comments said, "All right, y'all doing too much now." And I'm like, "Who the fuck is y'all?" This is what I'm saying. The cancel culture is now a unified thing that doesn't exist, and we're calling it y'all. Like, there's no y'all. The baby is losing endorsements based on, yo, can we make money off you now? Like, that's all cancel culture is. It's not a thing. It's just brands deciding whether or not they can make money off you. Right. And so if they didn't feel like the baby was tarnished in any type of way, they would have stuck beside him. Like you said, if everybody took it as a joke,
they just didn't want to associate themselves with homophobic
with the
behavior.
Reaction to what he said.
Think about the era we're in right now. He didn't want to, the Boohoo Man, that brand, for example. These brands understand the power of the minority. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these brands associated themselves with BLM and dumping all this money. Question is where the money going, but that's another conversation. But these brands don't want to associate themselves with anybody who exhibits any form of homophobic behavior, because at the end of the day, it's about their bottom line. It's about money at the end of the day.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not about their morals. Yeah. It's not about them caring about gay rights, and they don't care about that. I mean, it's about the fact that this is affecting our bottom line.
Black Lives Matter did not matter until white people was involved. When we were all locked away in our houses, and the George Floyd thing had happened, I didn't realize anything was different until I looked on TV and I saw more white faces than black faces. And I said, oh, shit, this is for real this time.
Right.
Like, this is happening. And then that's when, all of a sudden,
that's real talk.
Coca-Cola, Call of Duty, everybody
Uber Eats,
like
so
it's real
the
obvious.
smallest of brands have associated them. Like I get emails from like places I've bought stuff from and order food from, whatever it may be. I seen this one thing from Uber Eats. They donated like $1 million or $2 million to BLM, and I'm thinking to myself, all right, niggas still hungry though. Where the money at?
Yo, we'll never know.
Like no, seriously. Like, not even trying to be funny. Like,
we'll never know.
BLM, and I do believe Black Lives Matter. That's a fact. Black lives, like aside from the organization, Black Lives matter. My people matter. Exactly. We are the pulse of this country. We are the pulse of the world. We are the culture. We drive everything.
The underground.
Listen, we are the cool. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Lupe Fiasco. Like, but where's the money going?
Classic.
Where's the money going? Follow the money.
That's always been my thing. Like, I'm down with the saying.
I'm down with the saying.
But the organization, the people behind it, I'm cool.
One of the lead chicks in BLM. The organization. One of the lead chicks in the organization. She actually stepped down because her name got caught up in
some housing.
She
bought some housing.
She bought. She used a lot of money to buy these properties and stuff like that. She stepped down because she felt her reason was I felt as though where the organization was going, it was time for the next generation to step up. Sis, you got caught up with all the money, and now you're trying to hide.
There's some who say that
it is what it is.
That there were reasonable excuses. Like she had money already, like she come from money or something like that. I don't know, but but
possibly,
definitely,
possibly.
But I definitely understand.
Just how there's money in war, there's money in activism.
Yeah,
you just gotta know where to go.
And there's been a couple of people who has been in a spotlight for being fake in that way. But I mean, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's funny because it seems like the needle doesn't move until capitalism gets involved. And when I say that, I mean
It's America.
The reason why I wasn't just bringing up the fact that white
America.
people get involved and it matters. Like, I'm saying that, but I'm saying I hope you understand what I'm saying. When white people get involved, it matters because I believe white people still make up at least 60 to 70% of this country, which means they make the bulk of the money and spend the bulk of the money. So if white people are behind Black Lives Matter, then these companies have to be behind Black Lives Matter because they have to continue to make money and gain that capitalism from the 70%. Like you said, that it's about the minorities, but really it's about who backs the minorities, because if you're a minority, that means you don't have any power. I mean, so that's why Black Lives Matter's been around for 5 years before it got any traction, and it was labeled as a terrorist group and all this. But it wasn't until that, like I said, the majority of the country
It's power in numbers.
is power in
It's
numbers.
power in numbers.
So once white people start,
But-
white liberals, let's put it that way, because we know it's plenty of white people who are not involved with that.
Right.
But on the other side, all lives matter.
Right.
But white liberals who are, mostly Hollywood elitists, as far as, we know how that goes.
They do a lot of virtue signaling.
Yeah, so it's a lot of virtue signaling going on, but we know who.
A lot of people just want to be on. A lot of people
Well,
just want to be on the right side of history,
Let's
and I ain't mad at it.
The reason I wanted to talk about why the baby say that is because do you feel like sometimes black men focus too much on people's sexuality?
Yes.
That's a very good question.
Uh,
I felt like growing up.
Go ahead.
No, my bad, though. You've been quiet a little bit. Go ahead.
Growing up, yeah. And, like, I've seen, like, growing up, I'm from Southwest. I done seen some weird, crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? I done seen a dude. I mean, I'm a kid. I'm a dude. I don't care. I used to see, it wasn't as broadcasted as it is now, as far as homosexuals or whatever. They didn't do as much as they would now. Like, they out and open now. But I never forget one time on the trolley, we come back from the arcade, me and all my little cousins, me and my uncle, these two gay dudes, they just hugged up outside the trolley or whatever. We kids, we how we are. Ha ha, yeah, whatever. But this guy took it upon himself to get off the trolley and approach the two gentlemen. And shit went left, of course. And I'll never forget it because in my mind, I'm like, well, all right, you know what I'm saying? They, it's not what you like. But who are you?
Right.
You're not the end all be all. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
You ain't write the book.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying? So from there, I kind of looked at it, guys was really homophobic when we was kids.
Yeah.
It'll take a level of
and your platform is be true to yourself, so I'm pretty sure you have an interest in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's important.
yeah.
Like I said, I think it's important to live in your truth, right? And I'm never one to tread on people and impose my will on people, especially me being a straight male,
Right.
straight black man. I gain nothing, I earn nothing from shitting on someone who prefers the opposite, prefers the same sex, right?
Right.
Right.
And you said something interesting. You said something about when we was kids. Think about some of the games we grew up playing that sort of accentuated or were supposed to inflate our masculinity. Catch a girl, freak a girl.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Yeah, that was
You
the
know what
first
I'm
one.
saying? So when you think about it like that, especially in the black community, we've never truly opened our arms fully to the gay community. We've always had we've always had this level of masculinity that we've always tried to portray. And I think it's a very intricate conversation to have.
So where do you think the hate aspect from? Because like he said, at my most homophobic, and I would take it as a joke. It would be funny to me, or like what I'm saying. I'm talking about back when I was younger, and at the most I would
I
look
feel
at
you on that.
Yeah, at the most I would be
the
like,
F word was the
like,
funniest thing as a kid.
I wasn't concerned about the words that hurt people, or I would think, he's wearing girl, that's funny. He's wearing that, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
The hate though, like the F him, or he got to get beat up. I never had that. Where do you think that comes from?
You want to know why?
Well, yeah.
Because a lot of people wasn't raised to mind their business.
That's true.
Think about it. Like anybody that's really getting to it, anybody that's really on their purpose, or anybody that's really doing all right for themselves, they're not worrying about what somebody else doing.
Right.
They really not. You know what I'm
Shouldn't
saying?
be, yeah.
And then you have outliers, people who are very successful. They have their opinions, but you don't see them digging deep and jumping off a trolley.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? I think people that really jump out the window like that, they dealing with something.
That's their
internal.
own insecurities.
They dealing with something
And I
internally.
think,
See, like people would get upset
yeah,
if you said that, but
It's
I
real.
also think the same thing.
I always feel like that.
Like,
And
think
I
about-
feel like if
think
it's a
about it,
certain,
though.
like if
How
something
much
makes
energy
you
you
so
have?
upset, like it's like how much energy can you have for what somebody else is doing? What somebody else is doing with their body and other people's
Yeah,
bodies
like
that doesn't involve you, that you claim so that you don't like so much that you have nothing involved. If that, then how do you even think about it?
I always felt like
if I saw those guys, I would just look away. He
yeah.
was so upset that it made him go over there and break it up.
yeah. And
I never.
It got
I don't
physical.
know anything that makes me.
It got physical.
Got physical over what's going on in their lives. He was on a trolley, about to go somewhere where he would never see these people ever again.
Right. I'll put it to you like this. Right? Because a lot of people like to get on gay people about their PDA, right? I don't like PDA in general.
Exactly.
I don't.
Me neither.
I don't like.
Yeah.
I don't like being on the bus if I see a man and his woman tonguing themselves down on a bus. I'm like, come on, they drawing. So if I so if I see two gay men or two lesbian women doing the same thing,
Same energy.
I'm like, y'all drawing.
Yeah, same
like,
energy.
I'm not.
Keep it this.
But
keep the same energy. That's
somehow,
all
some
we
way,
ask.
somehow, some way, because they're gay or lesbian, sometimes it becomes, oh, you don't like gay people. It's like, no, if you were straight, I'd be telling you the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying?
And that's an understanding that needs to be, had also.
Yeah.
And I think like it takes a level of maturity as we grow, because like I said, we might have been a little homophobic a little bit as kids.
Yeah, for sure. Because
yeah,
we
you
didn't
know what I'm
understand.
saying?
We was raised not. We was
We were
raised like.
it
Like what's
definitely was
that?
because we
But
were
like,
raised,
but
yeah.
again, go back to my point. I was raised to mind my business. I may see something. I'd be like, oh, well, that's not me. So I'm good, right?
But as you grow, you know what I'm saying? As you grow and you get around more people and you learn, so you interact, you understand a little bit more. Like I tell people all the time, like when I went to Saul, bro, I didn't know any gay, kids our age until I went to high school. In middle school, maybe one or two, and that just was like, low. Everybody knew, but the person wouldn't say it. But when you get to high school, man, it's escalated. You know what I'm saying?
Big time. I definitely could I think I agree with you. Middle school, I can't remember anybody that I came across that was
Open with it.
openly gay. It's probably people we was like, oh yeah, they gay.
Yeah,
But nobody that we knew like explicit that they were gay. We get the house, we get the Saul, and that was my first time being really exposed to a plethora of people who prefer various sexualities.
Yeah.
Or various
experiment, everything.
like experiment, things like that. And it opened my eyes a little bit, but again, it go back to my whole point about I'm me, they them.
Yeah.
Like I just don't believe in imposing my will on people. That's just the weirdest thing to me. To like, what is them doing? That is it? Am I losing money? Am I losing sleep?
If it's not directly affecting you, leave it alone.
Now, if somebody put their hands on you and try you,
that's
different.
That's I understand
as long as
your
respect
frustration
in there.
Yeah.
All right, but other than that, come on.
And that's why I
Got
think
gay friends. Like I
baby
hate to
made
say
a
that, but like I
mistake.
got gay friends that I love to death. Like
we all got
like
on the calm, you know?
it's like
Yeah.
it's like yo, like, I don't
Still
want to
gotta love 'em.
I don't understand the strangeness about it. Like they're queer, so
Bro, it's 2021. Like I done seen it all. I feel like
Yeah, right.
So like this point is
also, I would like to clear up one thing about the baby that he said that is I think it's still a stipulation in our community that gay people are more likely to have HIV or AIDS. That is not true. That's not a fact. I remember without trying to give somebody business away,
Right.
but I know a situation where somebody was involved with somebody, and it was maybe involved that maybe the person may be bisexual, and somebody said, "Oh, you can't be messing with him. He might have AIDS."
see that's
Bro,
sad. That's
see,
sad.
like,
That's
that's-
sad. That's sad.
That's
I
not
heard-
true.
That's
but
sad.
many people are misinformed. in the
Misinformed.
neighborhood.
That's misinformed information. If please don't execute me if I'm wrong. I'm gonna try to speak for what I think I know. I think it comes from the era of like the 70s and 60s where, of course, being closeted gay was a lot more normal. You could not be out. So there were
a lot of swingers.
There was
man.
a lot of mischievous behavior, gay mischievous behavior, a lot of that, and it wasn't, of course, having protective sex, and that's also the era where HIV and AIDS was a thing. And people probably wasn't using condoms that regularly.
Probably ain't the
mean,
word.
if you was using a condom, you was trying not to have
Nobody
a baby.
really was then. I don't think,
Bro.
That's why they
You
have
know,
so many
so-
kids.
Back then, I don't think
And
he was
think about it.
like
If you're
that.
gay, if you're using a condom back then, you probably was trying not to have a baby.
Strictly.
So if you're gay, you're not worried about having a baby. So it was something that rampant the gay community. I'm not gonna hold you. I had an uncle, a great uncle, who was gay. He died before I was even born of AIDS. So I never met that uncle.
Right.
So it was real. So it's evidence, and I'm pretty sure plenty of people got that same story. Old people in their family who had died of AIDS.
Right. But remember what I said though, it's people that did drugs.
And that was another thing.
So that's another way how people get HIV
was very
AIDS.
much,
So it's not just
committed.
a home.
Yeah.
To say it's a gay disease is completely idiotic.
So basically, what
Completely
I'm saying is because of that era, because it was going so rampant in
Right.
different type of communities, I think that stigma started to become, that's why I mentioned my great uncle, because there was so many black families,
Right.
so many black
Like a
men were
plague.
dying of AIDS, and then they were coming out that they were gay. So I think this stigma like, oh, gay men carry AIDS. So you still hear it in the black community where they'll say, oh, you can't mess with a gay person because they might have AIDS. And it's like, bro, it matters who you're having sex with.
Think about
the same way, like the thing that disturbed me about the person saying, oh, don't mess with him because he's bisexual, he might have AIDS. He can have that if he only having sex with women. He could be cheating with her with women and have AIDS. Like, it doesn't make sense for you to say, oh, he gay, so that's the likelihood.
remember in Straight Outta Compton, they said Easy E, you've been diagnosed with HIV/AIDS. He said, "What? I ain't gay."
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
When I saw that part of that movie, I was
that
like,
tells you right
I was
there.
like, oh wow, this really was
Definitely
that.
a stigma.
That tells you right there that it was a stigma. It was a stigma that's not true, and we have to learn that's not true. We got to stop spreading that misfortune. Just because somebody is gay don't mean they have HIV and AIDS. And also, I don't know if people notice this. Just to spitball this out there, I feel like I heard a lot of people talk about this, but AIDS, HIV is pretty much cured so far in our country. We're not cured. We have a medicine that
Makes it undetectable,
undetectable, which is like really crazy. Like, you could basically have it, and like it was like you don't have it. You can't even transfer it.
That's
so
interesting.
thank God for that. We got a medicine. I mean, I'm not recommending to just start ripping off the condoms and start just raw dog and everything. Like, nobody still should want to catch HIV or AIDS. It's still a devastating disease. But I know, thank God that we have a medicine that can help save people who is unfortunate. So yeah, So for him to say that, he was misinforming people, and that's dead, man. That's all I'm saying.
It's a very derogatory way to look at it.
Very dangerous way of speaking.
We got to worry about people with mental health, man. And I'm just saying, like, got to worry about that. First and foremost, and being yourself. If that helps your mental health, all power to you. If dropping out of the Olympics, devastating, but all power to you. So, what do you guys think about Simone? Who shocked the world 4 years ago by bringing home the gold in an amazing way. They was ready to call her the GOAT. They was ready to give her that title.
She is a GOAT, yeah.
And she still is. But what you guys think about her taking a seat?
Let me see. First and foremost, she has nothing to prove. She doesn't owe us or the country anything.
Facts.
So those two things alone, if the woman says she's going through it or she has some issues or mental health is, whatever she said, I don't know the words that she said.
It was a mental health issue.
But
she didn't specify.
People have the right to bow out if they're having a breakdown, if they can't concentrate, or however you might put it in words. So I respect it, you know what I'm saying? She got there, she didn't finish. That's what a lot of people are mad at, but I'm not like a capitalist, so I'm not big on, our country, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, she did what she did, bro. She did a lot already. She don't care that much, so why should we? She don't got nothing to prove.
I mean, I will say this. It is a bad draw for America right now.
It's bad.
Simone gone. Cherie had to leave. The U.S. basketball team looking like trash. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, we should have just canceled this
It gets no love on the show.
But anyway, I agree with you, though. Absolutely everything you said. You want to speak on it?
You got to protect your inner peace at all times.
Yeah, exactly.
And all the time.
You
That goes for
gotta
anybody. It don't matter
protect-
who you are, how famous, how non-famous you are.
Right.
You got to protect your inner peace, like you said, bro.
Right.
Perfect way to say it.
And, you know, it don't matter what, like you said, no matter what level of success you're in, you are still a human being with human tendencies. You know, we live, for some odd reason, right? Yes,
Crazy world.
yes, mental health is on the forefront right now, but for some reason still, people love to act like the brain is not an organ.
Such an undertone about it. You know what I'm saying?
If something's wrong, like Joy Taylor mentioned this. Joy Taylor, she's on Fox Sports.
Love Joy Taylor.
I love her too.
Okay, I'm like, okay, yeah.
She does amazing work. She mentioned something very important, very interesting. She said we need to get away from the whole label of mental health. It's just health.
Yeah.
Your health. Yeah. If something wrong with your liver or your kidney,
you can't do no flips.
You going to do everything you can to make sure you preserve that, right?
Yeah.
If something wrong with your heart, you going to put a pacemaker on, whatever you got to do to preserve that, right?
Yeah.
So if something not right up here in the brain, which is the orchestrator, which is the architect of everything we do from top down, why would we ever try to trivialize that concept of trying to maintain the mental health,
hit that
trying
one
to
on the
maintain
nail,
that
bro.
balance? And think about what she does. She's a gymnast. If she's not locked in,
I was just about to speak.
Joy
on that.
Taylor said this
Go
best.
ahead.
Shout out to her. If you're not locked in mentally as a gymnast, you can hurt yourself beyond repair. Catastrophic.
Yeah.
It could be insane. You could be paralyzed. So if she's not mentally in it,
She can't
why would
even
you
do
ever
it.
force that girl to go out
That's
there?
like going
You
out
wanna
in
know
a
why?
broke leg.
Because it's
Like-
affecting somebody's bottom line. It's about the money at the end of the day. If
But,
Simone
okay.
Biles not going out there, oh my God, the ratings.
Well,
Yeah, man, she over that. She did that. She did everything she
She
had
cool.
to do. She solidified, bro.
Why do you think
I
Gabby
was
Douglas
surprised,
fell
but
back a
there
little
was
bit?
a couple of people who claimed that she should have, like the public, not just people with bottom lines involved. There were public outcry who said she should have performed. It's her job, and her team needed her.
I'll put you like this.
Like some people say, she let her teammates down.
Well, technically, I wouldn't say so. They won silver. They won. They did good. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't gold, but it was silver. You know what I'm saying? They placed.
That's something.
You know what I'm saying? But to that point, right? What makes her job? So people, all the people that said that, right? You go to work every day. You make whatever you deal with, you deal with, and some days just are harder than others. Should your employer take away your sick days because this is your job? You know what
I
I'm
will
saying?
say this though. I would like a better response from the regular. A better response for the regular man when it comes to situations like that, as we do our celebrities and athletes. Because I do like no, they don't take away your sick days. But if you had to, let's say what Kyrie did, and had to take away because you switch your religions and you're going through a lot, and you like,
Shout out to
hey,
Kyrie.
I just need to take off a week. I'm pretty sure you would not come back to a job. Well, a lot of people would not come back to a job. Some people are fortunate to have jobs where you can take off
Right.
a week, but there's a lot of jobs who won't recognize that type of problem.
Right.
You know, because like I said, if you got in an accident and you was literally laid up in the hospital for a week, every job will understand that.
Right.
But if you was like, oh man, my mental is just not right.
You wanna know why? Because it's nothing you can't really measure. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You can measure something wrong with the heart,
Or something wrong with the
or
leg,
wrong with the
your-
legs,
yeah.
or wrong with the
exactly.
You can measure it, but you can't measure.
I mean, so do that mean we get to ignore it and wait till somebody commit suicide or do something crazy to somebody else or take it out on their wife because they can't get their relief?
Absolutely
they
not.
need?
Absolutely not. It's
You know?
important. It's
You
important.
definitely need to start taking some steps towards it as a whole, the whole job force. You know, just having. I mean, people have personal days, but I think they should have something strictly for, you know, especially depending on the line of work you in. I mean, every job can be hard. Even like I sit at a desk, that's a hard job.
Yeah,
People,
no.
you know what I'm saying?
That's jobs are stressful.
Yeah,
So-
I put it to you like this. My employer got on me because I was calling out too much, right? Now, I got sick time. I got a personal day. I got
And that's
vacation
the
time.
worst part.
And my thing
Oh,
is,
man.
my whole thing about that was, now the days I took off, it was always because mentally I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Mentally I wasn't there, right?
Need that.
And my job can be very stressful. I'm dealing with people constantly. And, I'm like, my job is to juggle other people's emotions on a regular basis, juggle other people's problems on a regular basis. What about my problems? You know what I'm saying? And they got on me they mentioned it to me passively, indicating that, of
course.
you gotta tighten up on that. We only in July. But my whole point in bringing that up is, at the end of the day, if I die tomorrow, y'all gonna find somebody to replace me.
Exactly.
So
Without a doubt.
as long as I got this job, as long as I'm producing, as long as my numbers is right in that company, don't worry about that.
My wife had that problem at her last job. How do you get in? How do they have the right to tell you what to do with your sick time or your PO?
It makes zero sense.
Like it makes no. You gave it to me to
some
use
jobs
when
got it in
I
their manual.
needed.
Some jobs got it in their manual saying you can't take too many sick days off in a quarter or in a row.
That's ridiculous.
And to me, I'm like, so what do I have them for?
Exactly.
Now, if I run out, I run out. But
how I
if
want
I
to
got
spend
them,
exactly.
If I got it, why can't I spend it?
Exactly.
How I see fit.
Mine, I
And
spend
as
it.
far as I can tell, they can't, and they don't. But it's just like the side eyes and the strong suggestion that you don't.
But hey, perfect example. My brother, he had hurt himself on the job. He left the job, got everything taken care of. He had stitches or whatever. You wanna know what the first thing his job said?
What's that? Well, they could come back.
Hey, when you coming back?
Exactly.
When you come back? He was like, damn, y'all don't care if I'm cool. I could have lost a finger dealing with y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So when you come back? But so that's more to my point. I'm as long as I come in, I'm producing. Y'all love me.
Right.
But if something go wrong with me internally, now I'm dead weight to you.
Exactly.
And that's and that's how I learned to respect a lot of these athletes more. Because at first, I'll be transparent, I gave Kyrie a hard time at first.
I did too.
At first. But then I really sat with myself and I thought about it. And I thought about it as if my job, my gig, whatever I do. And to make it even more, leaning more in his favor, he has resources to really help people and so on and so forth. So it's like, I just couldn't see myself being mad at the next man for something that I feel for myself, but not.
Oh, of course.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if I sound like I'm being a hater, because I'm not saying that. I'm saying I just wish that we have the same respect.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the common man, if they could have the same respect at their job as the athletes do. Like I was just like the whole popcorn.
Because to your point before,
Good.
they're serving us,
Right.
And if we not getting served what we asked for or what we so called pay for, it's a problem.
Right. It's the same.
You know what I'm saying?
Recycle.
But it's the same thing though. It's levels to the game. It's levels to all of this. You know what I'm saying? But as a culture, we're so enamored by entertainment, and when we don't have it.
Man,
We look at the people that's supposed to provide it as, where are you? You're failing us. Who like you don't have a right to feel this. You don't have a right to feel that. What do you mean? You strip away all of that. They a person.
then we overvalue it a lot of times because of the money that's involved.
Right.
Like,
It's just
People overvalue celebrity.
It's funny that you said it's a circle, because it is like
It is.
it's like the respect got to go around. Like it got to we have to respect them. They can respect us better.
Like fans throwing stuff at the athletes.
Yeah.
They not zoo animals. And I know we're going off on a tangent, but it's just like
No, 'cause I was about to
important
speak on that.
it's
I'm
important to
glad you
respect
brought it
our
up.
fellow man. Forget respect our. It's important to respect our fellow human.
Right. And
Our fellow human.
Okay, so that was the problem I had. So I was going to bring it up because when that was going on, I think on a pod that we had at the time, I was saying like there are people who get talked to and stuff thrown at them on a daily basis. And I was just saying like I felt like the athletes and like some of what the athletes were saying, like LeBron is like it's almost like they wanted us to just feel sorry for them. It's like, well, at the end of the day, aren't you guys making millions of dollars? Like, and I'm not saying that you don't get, like I said, that doesn't mean you don't get respected like a human. I'm not what I'm saying. But I'm saying like, there's a lot of people who have to take the guff that you guys get with less than half of the benefit. Less than half. Like there's guys who literally gets talked to like crap every day, who's making minimum wage at the most. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I can understand your struggle and I can respect what you're saying, but don't ask me to feel sorry for you.
So you're way
because
less
I'm not going to
sympathetic.
feel sorry for you, LeBron and Russell Westbrook, when I know there's people with less fortune.
So to your point, do you believe money makes the person, or do you think money? Do you think money makes you? Do you think money makes you full?
No, I don't. But I think
The pockets,
I think
that's
you can
about
be
it.
conversated for your situation. And I feel like they're heavily conversated.
Right. It's a lot easier. to your point,
Heavily,
it
yeah.
is a lot easier. To your point, it is a lot easier to deal with some mental health when you got $30 million in the bank.
Hey, you could go
You
to
know what
any
I'm saying?
therapist in the world, bro. Like,
what do a
can
lot of
take
people like
any
to do?
spot, go
Retail
choose
therapy.
any
You know what I'm
spot
saying? But you know to for some people, retail therapy works, right? Having money, say, you know what, at least I got $1 million in the bank. But
Right.
but what if that's not? Maybe they
And
they got money, they got resources, but what if that's not why they're who they are?
right,
You know
and
what
I'm a
saying?
firm believer that money doesn't make you happy, by the way.
Right.
I don't believe that money makes you happy. I think we're, what is it called? I forgot what the term is called. But we adjust. Like, you know, everything.
Yeah. It makes things easier, but
it makes it
does
life
make life
easier.
easier.
But once you have money, you'll adjust to what you have, and then your other problems, if you had them, will be problems or new problems that outside of money can't fix.
Right.
You know, so I don't think money buys you happiness. But I just feel like when we're talking on the strength of like just occupation, like there's a lot of people who their occupation really do put them through hell. And, you know, I just feel like that the greater speech to say Bron wasn't, athletes have it so hard, look at us. It's like, no, just respect people in general. No matter what they do, who they are, where they're at, respect them. And nobody should have popcorn thrown at them. And nobody should be called a racial slur, you know, from a court to a classroom to a fucking Wawa. Like,
Yeah,
no,
I don't
it
care what
doesn't
you do.
matter.
You getting the same
Yeah.
amount of respect from me as I give to the. I was taught. I learned this. The same respect you give to the CEO, you provide it to the janitor.
Exactly.
Respect no less, no more.
It's really that simple for me.
I definitely understand that.
You all right? You want to touch on some of these other topics? Go down like a little, you know, a little rain of fire.
Yeah,
something like that.
just wrap them off. Just beat them.
I mean, all right. So first, Giannis
What's that?
won the chip.
Oh,
Oh yeah, Giannis. Yeah, shout out to Giannis.
Giannis,
50-piece
Antetokounmpo.
50-piece McNugget.
But you know, he won the chip. Shout out to the Bucks.
Yeah,
But
congratulations
my
to
main
them.
thing
Well
that I
deserved.
took away from that was what he was saying about the super team thing, super team stuff.
My man was mad.
That
Well, he wasn't mad, but
That
he
wasn't
was
super
glowing.
team.
He
who
was hella glowing.
as he should,
As he should. No, I loved every minute of it.
even though
Yeah.
you know some things played.
You know, I loved every minute. I called
Some
it.
things took part that helped him along the way. But you know, championships and
I think he was just
being a
talking to
winner.
the. I think he was just talking to Brooklyn for real. Like,
Low
you know,
key,
I think he was really talking to them.
It'd have
He
been
was
more
talking to
respectable
Harden.
if they didn't. If Brooklyn had all their guys and he beat them.
I feel like he
Man,
has respect for
But
KD.
Milwaukee
but
not beating them if they full strength.
They're not. So that's why it's kind of
Just
in vain.
with all due respect.
Yeah,
Like,
that's why it's
just-
kind of in vain what he's saying to an extent. It's like they would have all their guys. You know, you'd have been home and we wouldn't be having this talk.
I agree with you. I think I mean I already believe this though, that in order to win a championship on any level, any sport, besides just skill and showing up, you need to have a little bit of luck on your side.
Definitely.
You need that.
I don't think there's a team that ever won a championship without luck on their side.
Think about the Lakers championship last year. LeBron and AD were benefited from
The bubble.
not just the bubble, but having those
don't
3
think the
months
bubble.
off.
You don't think they benefit from the bubble?
I think they were the healthiest
They
at
were.
that time.
I'm telling you, they benefited from having those 3 months off.
Yeah, they definitely
And
did.
then
They
think
ain't
about it,
in
they
the
got knocked out in the
playoffs.
first round. Why? Because of health. They had to come back to circle right back into the following. Into the season picked up like maybe 2 months later. Like,
Yeah,
that was the first time a season came back that quickly. So a guy like LeBron, a guy like AD, they need their off season. That's why I told people when LeBron got hurt that first year with the Lakers and they make the playoffs. As I'm telling y'all better see a crazy LeBron because LeBron with rest is different.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, look at the way he looked before the injury this year. He was like MVP running. Like,
No, he was
So-
getting it in.
he was
He was getting in.
Yeah, 50-piece Giannis. Is this a one? So with that being said, this is just a one and done, or are we seeing Giannis back to next year?
No dynasty.
I think he gonna get another one, but I don't think it's gonna be next year.
I can get with that.
Just because too many things had to go right for them this year.
Things had to fall in line.
Think about how many series they got down 0-2, and then an injury happened, and they got back on track somehow. Now I will say this: that Milwaukee fan base is very real. That arena is very real. When they home, they're a different team. That's a fact.
And I also believe.
I respect
and the thing is that I feel like what you can always take away from a championship team is that the performances will speak for themselves. Because at the end of the day, luck or not, Giannis did drop a 50-piece.
No, he showed he had to show up.
He did what he had to do.
That's what I'm saying. Like regardless of
you know what a team can look like when they're supposed to win it, Ben Simmons. You know what I'm saying? Like that was to be honest, that was a series we supposed to win. So Giannis could have did the same thing. He could have came out and laid the goose egg.
Vice versa.
Then, vice versa.
Vice versa, Ben Simmons could have played like him. But
exactly.
we
So it can happen either way. Like just because they were lucky, I don't think it was nothing that took the Suns out the game. They just got beat.
Yeah, I don't take nothing away from the Bucks.
No. Yeah, I don't want you thinking. I don't want nobody to think I'm taking something away from them.
No, not true. Just
because they beat the Suns.
Yeah, they beat the Suns.
They beat them, fair and square, and the Suns benefited from injury riddled West as well.
Yeah,
Kawhi Leonard was down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The first round, LeBron clearly was not himself.
Yeah, it wasn't the same. And he was missing
AD was just
couldn't play.
AD couldn't even play. He played 1 minute and had to sit down.
Yeah.
So my thing is like the Suns. The bottom line is it's important to take care of business when it's time to take care of business.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, both the Bucks and the Phoenix Suns
had the opportunity.
took care of business when it was time to take care of business. And I'm never going to get mad at somebody for seizing opportunity.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time,
real life also.
But at the same time, in real life, yeah, exactly, real life also. But at the same time, though, they did do something that they won a championship. Now, in all fairness, some analysts was saying they had a big three. Some was saying that. I'm not saying that's accurate, but some people was actually going off on a limb saying that. Some was saying, no, that's not a big three. Drew Holiday is a number 4, number 3. But like people don't give Drew Holiday enough respect.
They don't.
Drew Holiday really is a problem for real. One of the best 2-way guards in the league. Chris Middleton, I ain't gonna lie, Chris Middleton just got my respect as like recently. Yeah. Not because of the chip, but just recently how he was just performing in certain situations. Like his situational awareness is up there. And Giannis is just Giannis. Now, I personally don't feel like Giannis is the most skilled at all.
Nah,
he has
that's
2.
a given.
Giannis got 2 moves really, but he's such a dynamic, dominant athlete on both ends of the court, and his mentality is what sets him apart. In my opinion, his mentality is what sets him apart from Ben Simmons, because Ben Simmons is actually a much more skilled player than him. But what makes Giannis better? It's his mentals.
His mental.
Giannis not gonna let his free throws get under his skin.
No, he never has.
He'll never pass up on a dunk.
And he's aggressive. Ben Simmons, on the other hand, he lacks, and it goes back to upbringing. Giannis, think about his upbringing. Parents born in Nigeria, was poor, moved to Greece, had to grew up with his brothers and his mom. I think his dad passed away or something like that. You know what I'm saying? He even said, "I am my father's legacy."
He got a real story.
He got a real story.
And Ben Simmons is a rich kid who dad played basketball, and he now wants to play Call of Duty all day.
Right. Ben Simmons came in the league with a lot of privilege, a lot of hype. Giannis did not. So it shows. It shows in their work ethic.
Dude, man. What y'all think about Cassidy and Tory Lanez, and Tory Lanez stealing these bars from Cassidy, and Cassidy not feeling like he getting the recognition or the respect from Tory Lanez?
We talking about when Tory was on that
the most recent
freestyle joint that he
did? Then Cassidy, came out and said what he said.
Did they say? Wasn't there a couple of like he stole from a couple of people, huh?
Somebody said
Tory
Tory said
from word from Cassidy.
Yeah, he stole a couple of Cassidy lines overall. Like I think they put out a couple.
It was word for word.
Yeah, like he mixed it up a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mix up, but it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, like don't get it twisted. Some bars you can't help but to recycle, but you can't say it word for word though.
I mean, it was definitely like close. It was close to the word for word.
Damn,
juice up.
That's a hurt. That's a rough piece. I feel like Cassidy really never got the respect he deserved, truly, like just in full. But at the same time, it's all about what you do with the opportunities you give him, right?
He didn't have much longevity.
And Cassidy really didn't have much longevity. Cassidy really didn't seize every opportunity. A lot of rappers back in the day really didn't because they didn't understand the power they had.
I think rap all comes down to song making ability.
Song making ability.
Yeah, if you could make a song like Cassidy could make a song tomorrow and he could be hot, but he can't do it. He wrote Condom Style.
That's
Terrible.
You remember Condom Style?
was that his remix? Was that his remix to Gangnam Style?
Yeah.
Oh, he out of pocket, but
I'm
but
just
no,
saying,
like to your point though.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not just about song making ability because like I feel like it's a lot of. I'm a firm believer that if you rap, you can if you stick to your if you nurture your core. Think about Currency. Currency doesn't make the most radio friendly songs, right? But he's cultivated a fan base. He's cultivated a core. He's cultivated a brand so concrete that no matter what he drops, his people gonna show off for him. He's gonna always be able to eat off his music.
I don't mean to go back to the baby, but the baby is really on my mind right now. But another thing about the baby that gets me is that he needs to realize that his time will come where people are tired of your.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it's inevitable.
It's inevitable, and I'm not praying on
But he
nobody
can rap,
downfall.
so that's
but
why
he
he
can
will
rap.
always.
He can
That's why
definitely
he will
rap.
always be here
But
because
I'm
he can
saying
actually
he does
rap.
have a pretty similar flow that goes to pretty much every song he has, and we know that rappers like him tend to fade out there, but that doesn't mean he has to. But I'm just saying that. So with that being said, I feel like that means people's relations is very important. Tory Lanez is one. See, here's about that with Tory. Tory can rap. Tory can rap his ass off, but I also don't feel like he can make songs.
You don't think Tory can make songs?
Not songs that captivate like the charts. Like when,
Really?
like have Tory ever got a chart topper? Like what is?
I mean, a lot of rappers ain't never had a chart topper though. Like, I mean, to say he's not.
But you know why I think it sticks out more on Tory?
He make
Because
a-
he raps so well. Like
Tory
he raps,
make a
he
lot of good
sings,
songs.
and
A
he
lot of good
raps and
songs.
sings, and you would think he would be like a Drake.
I think that's why he's still here because the fact he has song making
Yeah,
ability.
and he has a lot. He has an honest fan base. But I've never, bro. How many times you said let me throw on this Tory Lanez?
a few times.
you listen to whole Tory Lane albums?
Yeah.
I listen to whole Tory Lane
bro,
albums.
his chicks
Bro, I-
tapes
I can go
and
down the list.
you know the new Toronto and
His last couple.
what
joints.
was the joint that he had with Ashanti on the cover like that?
That was the hottest one he made.
I didn't skip a
That was-
track.
that was the
Now,
hottest- that was the
granted-
hottest Tory-
Granted, it was very sample heavy.
That was the
But-
hottest Tory
but
album.
Tory-
That was a tape, so yeah.
But Tory, yeah, I don't think you're giving Tory enough respect,
I
bro.
don't- maybe I'm not a
Not
fan
a-
as
yeah.
much.
No, that's
Not as
cool.
an artist.
That's cool. I'm not the biggest Tory fan. Don't get it twisted, but I recognize game. Like
So you visit, like you threw those joints on recently?
Yeah.
Recently?
Yo, bro, he got a joint, New Toronto. Hold on, man.
I'm just not feeling. I don't
did you
know.
hear his
Y'all
joint with
like
Kodak?
Scat?
Did you hear his new joint with Kodak? Gratatata?
Yeah.
That joint tough.
Seen
Hard.
the video. It just came
The
out.
video we on a helicopter, right?
What's
That joint's hot.
the one where he on the cover of Balloons? I like that album.
Oh yeah, you talking about Memories Don't Die?
See, but I don't go back.
That's a good joint, bro.
Bro, this album right here.
Memories Don't Die, crazy.
He's going in on this joint. He went on Daystar. This shit is crazy. Sorry if you don't like Tory, y'all. 10 fucks. This whole joint is
Bro,
crazy.
yeah.
Accidents happen with Lil TJ.
Yeah, bro.
Let me check. I'll check that joint out. I don't know, but Tory. All right, so
Pain. You gotta listen to this Pain. I'm gonna send that joint to you. I listen to that on the way home.
I'm telling you, bro.
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
And
about
you know what I love about Tory too? He keep the pressure on.
He do.
He don't stop. He don't stop feeding you. He don't stop. He don't. Tory Lanez probably had so far the biggest comeback of 2021.
You think so?
Like just because of the simple fact that remember he was supposed to be blackballed, written off. My man was just on the stage of Rolling Loud with the baby, like, and the baby, yeah, he the hottest thing moving right now, and maybe the baby did that despite Megan, right? But when you think about it, he's still getting play. He still has a level of access. You know what I'm saying? That you would think if he was blackballed, he wouldn't have.
And I think that speaks for his talent. Like as far as
Which
I
goes-
think
his
his
talent,
talent
songwriting
takes him as far as
He's
he can.
very talented.
I would like one thing to be said. I don't think Tory Lanez is being blackballed. I think Tory Lanez captivate the amount of people he's captivated.
I mean, you shoot a woman.
Because it'll be
So,
yeah.
allegedly.
I mean that definitely.
Allegedly.
I mean, allegedly, I think he did it. But,
I saw your last episode.
yeah.
Where you was adamant that he did it.
I'm pretty sure he did it.
I mean, we ultimately don't know.
Sherlock
we
Joe.
don't know, but I mean, crack like a duck, act like a duck.
So,
but anyway, but with that being said, I just feel like
Shout out to Megan Thee Stallion.
Shout out to Meg. Meg is one of the hottest female rappers to me right now. Like I mess with Meg a lot.
Yeah, she cool.
She's all right. How she handled the situation, I don't know. But
I'm just back.
I would just know this: if she happened to be lying about this situation, I don't see how can she recover, because I don't think people understand that part. Like if we do understand if Megan Thee Stallion is lying and it comes out that she is lying, what is to become of her career, and how will the tables have turned?
I think at this point we're never going to get the truth.
It's not going to come out. You know why? Because it's one of those. It's one of those great. It's going to become one of those great folk tales of rap, of hip hop. Did he shoot her? Did he not? Think like
we're gonna find out like 30 years later on a VH1 special.
That's what I'm saying. You're gonna find out on like a TV one. 30 for 30. You know what I'm saying?
On the E behind the stories music.
Seriously.
Let me see. The Locks versus Dipset.
This is what I was looking forward to.
Jay, who you rolling with? You never told me who you rolling with.
Um,
You don't know. Look at him.
Can I be honest?
Oh man, go ahead.
I already know where he better go.
What you know? What I'm gonna say?
Cause you said, "Can you be honest?" I know what you better say then.
Man,
I know where I'm going with it. I know exactly where I'm going with it. It's easy for me.
I don't know. And you know why I don't know?
Oh man,
Because I don't extensively know either side catalog.
yo.
So you saying like? Cause I wrote some notes about this joint for real. Like,
Yeah.
And so crazy like when cause Dove hit me.
To be honest, I probably like I have over in my title queue, probably have over 600, 700 songs, right?
It's not enough.
Out of both camps, I probably have
10 songs,
4 to 5 songs.
Oh
each.
wow, okay. It's funny when Dove hit me up. He told me what we was gonna be talking about. So I was forced to dig deep into the crate. You know what I'm saying? Cause like. Love the Locks, rock with the Diplomats.
So you're a
But-
big fan of both.
I wouldn't say big fan of
Okay.
both. I love the Locks though. I love the Locks.
Okay.
I like the Diplomats. You know what I'm saying? I think I like them all individually more than I like them as a collective. But to answer the question just straight up, I'm going with the Locks for this like
too easy.
like for me it's easy. I think they just overall got the better rappers.
That's for sure.
Think about songs like, first of all, what Dipset gonna do when they play Reservoir Dogs? You know what I'm saying? What they gonna do when they play? What they gonna do when they play Money, Power, Respect with Lil Kim and who was it? Lil Kim
Best
and,
joint they got is the joint.
Lil Kim and DMX.
I ain't even Money, Power, Respect. What can go up against that?
What they gonna do when they play 24 Hours to Live with Mace? And then like what they gonna do?
Jay don't even know that song.
Ride or Die Chick. What they gonna do? We're like it's like.
I just looked at so I typed in each group in my my queue search. I have I have 2 Dipset songs, and I have 3 Lock songs.
Right now, let me give Diplomats their respect because that first Diplomats album.
Like, I have Money,
Crazy.
Power, and Respect.
It's a double album.
Crazy.
That's the only joint everybody
Money,
listen
Power,
to.
Respect
Crazy.
is their best song, right? I'm guessing.
Who, the Locks?
Yeah. Let's
up there.
just put a hit on.
I personally don't think it's their best song, but
Yeah, like the universal.
I think that's like the universal like.
Yeah.
That's
You
what
know,
X first.
So as far as Dipset, what would you say their universal love song?
The anthem.
The Dipset anthem. But I ain't gonna.
And
lie.
that's the 2. Okay, so I have both those songs.
Welcome to New York.
Oh Boy with Cam and Jewels. What else?
See, okay,
I really
so
mean it.
I was about to say
I
that.
really mean it.
So
Who I Am with Jewels.
So I was
like,
about to say that, right?
Feel the
I was about to say,
Immunity.
so what's going to be
Yeah,
interesting is
Certified
to see
Gangster.
how, like, I don't know how many, like, how many songs will each side get?
20.
20.
Usually.
See, I would I want to watch just to see exactly how many times they go into their mix bag. Meaning, like how many times are we going to hear just Cam songs or Joel songs?
I don't think
'Cause
that's allowed.
That's going to even out the battle a little bit more.
I
Because
think-
Joel's had a run.
He did. He had a run with Wayne.
Jim Jones had a run. Cam had a
Speaking
run.
of Joel,
Individually.
they were supposed to drop a tape, him and Wayne, but
Can't
never
feel
did
my
it.
face.
Yeah, I
But-
know.
but
Yeah,
they,
feel my
they
face.
supposed to drop something.
Never happened.
Never happened.
Yeah,
I
so
think-
so with that being said, with Dipset having so much individual success, do that kind of creep up on the Locks? Because
No.
I don't think the Locks had that much individual success besides Kiss. Kiss had his own thing.
Styles got it crazy.
Styles had him on.
He got a nice
Jim,
fan base.
Jim Jones' biggest song is what, Ballin'?
But Jim just started getting hot these last couple years.
To your point, right? Jim Jones, in my humble opinion, really just started getting the respect he deserved.
Right.
At really, like when he dropped, what was it, Capo?
Capo, I fucks with Capo.
Capo,
Yeah,
I fuck
it's
with
crazy.
Capo heavy. Did you hear Fraud Department?
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The Capo Deluxe joint, crazy. So like, I firmly believe he.
Harry Fraud, yeah.
I felt like Harry Fraud, one of my favorite producers right now. Him, Alchemist, Static Selector. You know what I'm saying? Like those are my guys right now. But I feel like Jim Jones really just started getting the respect he deserved as a lyricist as of late. I'm listening to this. I was listening to the Diplomats project that came out. I think it was 2003, earlier today, and I'm thinking to myself like, Jim always knew how to rap.
Yeah.
He just wasn't getting the respect he deserved. You know what I'm saying?
I like the last Dip album though. Once Upon a Time.
was my favorite John. It came out 18, Wasted Talent.
Wasted Talent, yeah. That was the project that
Kind of opened it up for him.
that opened it up.
Then you like, damn, everything since then. I'm like, damn, Jimmy got the beats. He got everything going on.
But now let me tell you this though, Styles ain't been stopping,
Bro, he been on fire.
bro.
Be
listen,
Love was
Styles.
crazy.
Styles is one of my favorite rappers right now, bro.
With Davies.
Bro, the Davies project, snap, bro. What's the joint? Load My Gun with him, the Locks and Dave. Bro, come on, like,
Cheeky.
bro.
So who catch our ear right now in New York music? Like if we're talking, like who's like pop right now for y'all in New York?
From New York specifically?
Yeah. We still talk about all this New York music, Dave East and whatnot.
Who you like, E?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a real good question because, like, I mean, I felt you can't tell where these jumbos from now. Like,
It's a lot.
There's a lot of people out.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Favi, Busy Banks. I like Busy Banks. I don't know if y'all guys know him yet, but he was just on a Pop Smoke record.
I checked him out.
Oh yeah.
He was just on a Pop Smoke new album. I thought Pop Smoke would have been the hottest in New York.
He would have,
man,
to me. I think he hotter than
You wanna know
all
why?
them guys.
Pop Smoke, believe it or not, had crossover appeal because he was popping in the UK heavy.
Yeah, a lot of his producer were from there. Like he's actually I would pioneer, like I would say he's the pioneer of bringing the because that sound, that gritty, dark, ominous beats that he usually used to be on.
Yeah, those
that
gr-
was
yeah,
heavy.
those Bruce Grime beats.
Yeah, those are London beats, and those are that's what they're usually rap on. If y'all remember, Drake tried his hand at it a couple of years back before Pop with War, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And he tried the little
And what was that song he did? Tic Tac Toe. You know what I'm talking about? The freestyle. The,
I know you're talking about off of the off of
I
that
can't
one.
remember what freestyle was, but
What the hell was that called?
I know what you're
The
talking
Flower.
about. Yeah.
More Life album. Yeah, he gave it a shot at the sound, and I'm sorry about that, guys.
no, you all good, bro.
And yeah, he gave a shot at it, and yeah, Pop Smoke kind of brung that sound to New York from London, and they kind of made it more popular. Now it's kind of like the New York sound, so the New York and London rap scenes kind of share a sound now, and that's what's up. But Busy Banks is one of them.
I like Joey Badass.
Joey Bad.
Yeah,
Man,
Joey
see the thing
Badass.
about Joey.
And he murdering that role on Power, Raising
Oh,
Cannon.
yeah, I ain't
Yo,
started watching
bro,
that yet.
he is murdering that
I gotta
role.
I gotta
Yo,
watch
he's
that.
murdering that
I can
role.
believe it. Yo, Dave East about to drop a new project too.
I like East.
I'm
One of
waiting
my
on
favorite.
that.
Dave
I'm
East
waiting on
definitely
that.
my
I think
favorite
it's
from
called
New York.
Hoffa or something like that.
Yeah.
Him and bro, he got him and Harry Fraud getting together on that joint.
How y'all
Harry
feel
Fraud?
about Grisella?
bro.
Griselda is the
Did
shit.
you hear his joint Diamonds?
Yeah,
Go ahead,
I heard that.
bro.
I got that joint on there.
Ridiculous, bro. But Griselda,
Benny the Butcher,
Tana Talk,
Conway.
Tana Talk 3, Conway with him getting together with what's my man? What's the boy?
Where?
Big LTD or something like that? The boy that be producing for him.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. Shit, Conway was on Busta Rhymes joint. Yo, Conway, he got a new freestyle. He was rapping off ignorant shit. The whole Beans joint. I said, yo,
yeah?
stop it. That's
them guys is.
West Side Gun got his own sound. A lot of people don't really.
I like
care
West
to him.
Side.
I like West
I like
Side. I
West
like
Side
the
Gun
creative
because
side
Benny
of
the
him.
Butcher is definitely my favorite.
Benny is crazy with
Benny
it.
is hands down the best.
I don't get it. Like he just want everything. Just
I think he's
snapping.
also the one that probably has the most appeal to like become actual like big as drug rap can get. It's weird, right? Because it's like
Who y'all love to listen? Real quick, I ain't mean to cut you off, but like when it comes to that drug rap, who y'all like to listen to the most?
so that's what I'm about to say.
Because for me, it's Pusha T. I ain't gonna lie.
I was gonna go there.
That's
I was gonna go there.
Oh, man.
I love the way he talks
So
about that
I was
shit,
about to
man.
say, as far as
He made me
drug
feel like
rap
it's
can go,
possible.
I was about to say I was in the middle of me saying that Benny Butcher can be popularized through a drug rap, but then I was thinking maybe not as much because one of the best that do it to me is Pusha T, and he can't seem to technically cross over. So I don't see if Push can't cross over, and he's one of the best at it. I don't know if Benny. And by the way,
know.
their song they have together is hot. Forgot the 18-wheeler.
But that nerd
Oh,
shit
man.
had. I
yeah.
think that nerd shit that had Pusha T and
Big Ghost
Miles
LTV,
in,
that's what
in
it
another
names. Big Ghost
in another
LTV.
lane to me.
I don't know. I just like people want to hear drill. People want to hear drug rap. And I was about to say, that's what I'm about to say as well, is that how quickly hip hop went from hearing people talk about selling drugs to now only want to hear about people
Doing them.
kill or doing them
Or people doing them,
killing each
literally.
other. Or killing people. So what is that about? Why don't people really want to hear the drug? Because as far as like
they know that-
how popular they are, I feel like they're popular with hip hop heads, like people who like lyrical rap. But for the most part, the masses is still trending towards drill music.
Drill music.
And are we going to come out of that?
I'm good.
Huh?
I'm good.
You good on drill music?
Yeah, I'm good on.
You don't like any drill music?
Not really.
Man.
I be
What do
trying.
you classify as drill? What do you classify as drill?
Chicago niggas.
Chicago niggas, Lil Durk, Busy Banks.
I love Lil Durk, bro. You can't tell
he
me
hot.
You can't tell me nothing
He
wrong
hot.
about him. I love him.
Dirk is my. I
love,
fuck with Dirk.
I love Dirk, yo.
I'm more down south though.
It's
Drill.
a lot of the South is doing drill, like
G Herbo,
you
like-
know who.
But to your point, real quick,
ESTG.
drill, I feel like Dirk and G Herbo specifically, I feel like they've elevated themselves beyond drill.
They have.
I don't know about Dirk. G Herbo
No,
maybe.
I think Dirk has.
Dirk
Dirk
did it all.
is very drill.
Have you listened to
Heavy.
have
All he talk about is his dead ops.
So talking about Dead Ops is a drill
Yeah.
aspect of rap.
Any type drill
Because-
is technically any type of street involved influence music, meaning that you're talking.
So
about
Jadakiss is a
rap
drill
about
rapper?
ops. No.
What about Polo
they-
G?
But they
Polo
talk.
G. Polo G is a drill rapper. Polo G and I like Polo.
Would you consider NLE Choppa a drill rapper?
Yes, at one point he
Yeah.
was. Now I don't know what type of time he be on.
Did you hear his freestyle, his remix to what's the John? What's the young boy with the what's that song, that beat that remember Gilly was dancing to that song? Beat
We just was listening to that earlier. The beatbox with everybody remixing.
Oh,
it.
beatbox. That's a drill song.
Bro,
That's a drill song.
NLE
Too
Choppa.
Shiesty's drill.
NLE Choppa got the best like
Yeah, he killed that.
I'm like
he killed
yo.
Yeah, but like Pooh Shiesty. Now you're starting to.
I don't really
the
care
rap.
about Pusha T, I'll be honest.
I like some of that stuff.
I don't really care for
I
his
like three
music.
songs.
I don't really care for his music. If that makes
how many
sense.
Pooh Shiesty songs.
I mean, I like 3 songs.
We
I
gotta
got-
wrap this up. You got it.
I like 3 songs, but no, I mean I'm more of a I'm Lil Baby, 42 Doug. I'm listening to ESTG all day, every day.
I got 6.
I can't
Shiesty
stop.
songs.
Yeah.
I can't stop listening to dude. I don't even know why.
Which one? Who?
ESTG,
Who's that?
both from Louisville.
Yeah, he from down south.
He signed to Gotti.
Okay, I'll check him out.
Him, Doug, Baby. Everything they put together just been hot to me.
Yeah.
OG Bobby Billions. He's hot.
Yeah. I love all that, but like I just love
from
I
West.
love rap. Like I
I
love
love rap too.
42
like,
Doug
no,
is,
like just
is out. Pretty,
I love guys that rap on those slower theatrical beats. Like how Griselda,
Because you really can get the words.
I really-
That should be gritty.
like the punchlines be crazy
Yo,
and
ridiculous,
Like those,
bro.
like I said, those Alchemist, Harry Fraud type beats. That's my favorite version of rap right now.
Freddie Gibbs.
Freddie
He had a nice joint.
Freddie
Alchemist.
Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs. is-
I'll be honest. I
right
didn't listen
now,
to a lot of
I'll be
Freddie.
honest. Right now, Freddie Gibbs. You might call me crazy, but right now, Freddie Gibbs is like in my top rappers right now. One of my
Current
one of my
lyricist,
top
he
five.
is.
He one
I
of my, he one of
gotta
my
listen
favorite
to
rappers
more
right
of
now,
them.
bro.
I don't listen to a lot
You
of
got to
Freddie.
listen to his project with Alchemist. The project he did with man, Freddie Gibbs, that boy, bro.
One of the most creative people in hip hop to me is Kanye. and
Ever.
we were supposed to be honest. He was my favorite rapper growing up. I think he's probably, and it's funny that we're talking about
A lot of
rappers
us.
being role models or influence. Now, I don't know if I could technically label Kanye West as a role model because I ain't like try to talk like Kanye, dress like Kanye. But I definitely was inspired. I was inspired by Kanye early on, like to be not afraid to be different, not to afraid to create differently.
He inspired my swag early on.
Yeah, definitely. Well, yeah. I mean, to be honest, I did try to dress like. I think everybody kind of inspired. If you listen to him as frequently as some people did, you did kind of inspire by his fashion choices and stuff like that. We were supposed to get a Donda album.
It's coming.
To be honest, my relationship with Kanye is a little complicated because I've
Relationship.
like most people is real.
my Kanye relationship has been really it's been complicated because I have not agreed with a lot what he said of late of people he has supported, but I can't
AKA
just completely
Trump.
detach myself to his. You know what I'm saying? Like his likeness entirely because, like I said, I was inspired by a lot of his music and stuff like that. So I can't just be like, oh, I don't bang with Kanye no more. So it's hard not to be excited for a new album. But I did try to reserve myself this time because I know he don't drop when he says he does. Like he always put out,
I was about to say he never.
he never drops when he says he's going to drop. So I knew that was going to happen.
Tough
Are
graduation.
you guys excited for a new album?
I
And
am.
How do you
Very
how,
much.
how do Kanye sit with you as a person right now? And that's gonna be our last topic.
So, just to keep it real simple, just to keep it simple for real, we always throw people bell. We always throw bell to the people we like. You can't help it, right? Like if you like somebody, you're gonna always give them one more chance. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's just in human nature.
Yeah.
Kanye on about 15.
You know, and I'll be honest with you, Kanye done got about 15, 20 second chances with me. You know what I'm saying? So, but like, you know, so it's just the reality at the end of the day. You're gonna give people a pass that you like at the end of the day. People do it all the time. People are natural hypocrites. It is what it is.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying about cancel. Just to speak on cancel culture one more time, real quick. That's why I'm like, it doesn't really exist because I feel like if people like you, like what you bring to a table, it don't really matter that much of what you say. Like, don't get me wrong. There's some crazy things you can say can ruin you. But my point is, I think we shouldn't get so caught up because, like I said, I feel like we ended up talking more about cancel culture than actually how did the baby words affect people. And so like, and I feel like we could have that same conversations about Kanye instead of like just trying to say, oh, he's canceled. Let's talk about why Kanye thinks or say the things he said.
They saying he canceled while they got Yeezys on their feet. Though.
Exactly.
Like,
And that's what I'm
it
saying.
just
So
don't make sense
my
to
point
me.
is, as long as you're bringing something that people likes to the
got
table
Yeezys on.
and
That's
you're
why I'm
still
talking.
profitable.
So I got Yeezys on. That's why I don't even say nothing.
Bro, as long as you're still profitable, these
But that's
brands
real
are
though,
going to mess
dog.
with you.
That's real. Like it's my thing is, like I said, if people giving us a product that we really like, we gonna
We're
always
gonna
get them.
do it.
We
We're
gonna
gonna-
give
I ain't
them
gonna play
pass.
both sides. Like I don't agree with
It is-
some of the stuff he say.
yeah,
but then these shoes
but
feel good.
As a human, you're allowed to do that. We complicated. We nuanced.
We are.
and social media makes us believe that we're not supposed to be.
And if we get a new Kanye music, that's good for everybody.
I'm excited, man. I just want to
excited.
hear it.
I'm super excited.
So how do you feel? Like, what is? Go ahead, you answer.
Well, we just, we all creators at this table.
Right,
I would
right.
say. So, what does it mean to you to be a creator? And, how do you get your motivation to keep on creating?
To me, being a creator it just stems from the idea of freedom, being able to be myself and chart my own path. You know what I'm saying? It's power in investing in yourself. It's power in bringing an idea to life. You think about this podcast, the Big Steppa podcast. It started with a conversation.
Small conversation.
It started with an inbox with a mic and a keyboard or a speaker, right? So
It's a real story.
right? So it's being a creator to me is all about power, exercising your power to just be you and just tell your story and also help other people tell their stories. You know what I'm saying? That's why that's where I like to base, the Let's Be Honest podcast on. I like to base the Let's Be Honest podcast on other creatives, other entrepreneurs, businessmen and women, even the average Joe. I feel like we're all creatives in some capacity.
Right.
Whatever we're doing, we're trying to do it our way.
And that's something we imitate as well on ours. We trying to highlight people's different hustles, because not everybody gotta wait to have millions and millions of followers before they're recognized for what they're trying to do.
Right. Let's do it now.
I feel like you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Facts.
So
Okay.
I don't know
Facts.
which to become a Big Stepper podcast, but we're gonna damn sure try and figure it out and see
it's
what
going.
we can do.
It's
Because
going.
we're not gonna look
all
back.
this is going up.
Yeah,
I promise you that.
I
firmly believe that.
Shout out to E in the
I
Loft.
appreciate that.
I was
I appreciate
shout out to
that.
Ian the Law for
But,
sure. Like
either way, we don't want to look back and be like, we ain't never do it.
We wasted
real
time.
quick,
saying?
real quick
Like-
to that point, right? When it comes to creating, when it comes to just doing anything I always wanted to do, growing up, I always felt I held myself back from doing what I wanted to do because I was too concerned about what people thought about me, right?
That was the one thing.
And
We
now
all
I've
go
gotten
through
to a
that,
place
yeah.
now where I'm so comfortable in my skin, so comfortable
It
in who I
doesn't
am.
even matter.
I could really care less
Doesn't even
how
care.
people feel. And I told myself a long time ago, I refuse to be on my deathbed, and when I'm about to kick the bucket, all of the things I was supposed to do, all the things I told myself I was going
Scared
to
to
do,
do.
all the things I was
Yeah.
scared to do,
Worry
just
about how people think.
just takes the form of these specters
Yeah.
and says, "Damn, why didn't you take a chance on me? Damn, all you had to do was put $20 here, or hey, damn, why didn't you bring me to life?" I refuse to be surrounded by all my dreams and goals and not even give myself a fair shot. Like, if I'll be honest with you, if I die tomorrow, God forbid, I can honestly say I did
doing what you wanted
I
to.
did it my way.
Exactly. And I think that's
That's
like
important
one
to
of the
me.
things I find a shame. Like, I know people I come across and I see talent in them, and I know they're just only being held back by perception of what people would think, what people support. A lot of people have that anxiety. Like, I don't want to put something out. Nobody don't buy. Nobody don't watch. Nobody. And I think that was my concern. It's like, oh no, who going to watch? Like, I don't want. And now I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy. I'm putting it out there. We're doing something, kicking it with my boy, and we're spreading much knowledge and to whoever gets to enjoy.
Knowledge and love.
Yeah, so I think that matters more, like self-perversion. Like, we talk about mental health, and like whatever makes your mental right. Is what matters the most.
Definitely, man.
So everybody just do it. Just whatever you want to do, just do it. And what comes out of it, comes out of it.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be way better than what if. Like, it's
Yeah,
going to
fuck
be
a
way
what
better
if.
than that.
Yeah.
And I look at creation as being a creator. Like, I'm a creator with everything I do, bro. With dating, this, when I talk to people, everything is just about creating something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just a thing. So it's like at some point you just got to put, the pieces to the puzzle, and you got to start putting the product out there. And that's
Right.
What we doing.
Like real quick before we get out of here, think about it like this. You mentioned the people that's maybe not paying attention right now, or damn, I only got 10 views on this, or damn, only 15 people, damn, only one person watch. Look, you got to value those eyes.
Yeah,
you got to value
every eye
those 10.
matters. I appreciate every
You got to value those, and then you just got to look at it like with this creative thing. You got to roll the dice.
Definitely got to roll the dice, bro.
You got to roll the dice and be willing to go out on faith. And at the end of the day, we leave in our essence for the people. We live in our essence. Every video we create, every podcast we drop, every piece of audio we put out there. Think about on Instagram, when people die, their Instagram's still there. That's their essence. You know what I'm saying? I approach the content the same way. I try to give everything my all, because whoever see it later down the line, whatever it may be, if I'm not on this earth no more, I live forever.
Yeah,
I'm immortal.
Yeah, in
we
that
immortal
moment,
when we
yeah.
do this. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? I believe that. If it all, we immortal.
Right. It's backlog. It's catalog.
Yeah.
I understand.
I believe
bro.
that.
And Tone DeShields II.
The Shields, brother.
Shields.
Again, it's all-
Tone DeShields II. Thank you for coming in, my brother.
Yo, man,
Thank you for
definitely.
having coming in.
Well, man, I
Pleasure
appreciate
talking
it.
to you. Let's Be Honest podcast. You want to get out your stuff, your Instagram,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
your
So,
page.
like my man said, so grateful for you guys letting me come onto the platform. I'm your guy, Tone DeShields II. from the Let's Be Honest podcast and Chalk It Up.
Chalk It
Where
Up.
No matter if we win or if we lose, we just got charged to the game by way of AWD2 Media. The Let's Be Honest podcast and Chalk It Up is in full effect. The production company is in full effect. Make sure you guys go check me out on YouTube, Anchor Podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you can find your podcast, you're going to find Let's Be Honest with Tony DeShields II. And if you go on YouTube, you're going to find Chalk It Up with Tony DeShields II. The brand is in motion. And at the end of the day, you guys,
in motion.
It's all about love. It's all about spreading positivity. It's all about just sharing your journey with the people and giving people an opportunity to share their journey with you. And it's straight like that.
Facts.
Man, Tone, he said it the best. That was good.
My guy. Natural, ain't he?
Yeah, he is. No, definitely.
Natural.
I appreciate y'all, man. Truly, like, this is a blessing for me.
You know, bro.
That's it. Like and subscribe on our YouTube page. Steppin in the Loft. Thank you for watching, and we out.